And good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Everybody, welcome to another episode of the Cameron Woolley Show. With me is Ming Chen.
What's up, everybody?
And I'm Cameron Woolley. So, to lead off a new hope in East Rutherford, Joe Schoen, hired as the New York Giants GM, did his opening presser today. Listened to him when I got home from school. Like him.
Okay.
Cool. Seems like a cool dude, relatively young. Lot to do with the Bills becoming as good as they are today.
That's a good sign.
Like,
It's a good sign. They made the playoffs.
It was great. Almost. We'll get
turned it around.
We'll get into that stuff later, but
They have a great team.
dude, I listened to the presser, listened to the whole half hour.
Okay. Takeaways? Any takeaways? I have a couple. One, you're right. He's young. He's hungry. A lot of praise to Daniel Jones. So it looks like they're gonna stick with him for 2022,
Every single
2023.
GM says that.
I know.
Every GM. Dude, Cliff Kingsbury said that Josh Rosen is their guy before they turned around and drafted Kyler Murray.
Right.
So
Yeah. And he was our favorite P word, progress. He used that.
Progress.
He used that a couple times.
I'm sitting there, and you know what? I kind of like how he didn't just vomit his philosophy onto everyone in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like with Dave Gettleman, it was no, we gotta get the hog mollies. We gotta build the trenches. I'm here to kick ass. Like, he didn't say, Shan didn't say any random wishy-washy rah-rah bullshit. He just went in, answered the questions, thanked a bunch of random people. You know, the people that you'd usually thank. Thanked the in-laws.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting. No one thanks their in-laws. I mean, let's be honest here. You know,
Hey, when you have kids, dude, in-laws are underrated, man.
True. They watch kids. They're big influences. But you never hear that during anything, though. I think my in-laws.
Thank the in-laws.
That's
most
good.
people hate their in-laws.
Yeah, for sure.
Or most people put up with their in-laws.
Yeah.
It's like, we gotta go over. Gotta go over to her parents' house.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. Most people hate their in-laws, but Joe Shane mentioned the in-laws. But we're not talking about a glorified version of, or a football version of Meet the Parents.
No.
No. Where he started to talk football, and he talked about he didn't show his hand too much. Of course, people brought up Brian Daboll because everyone's like, or Daboll, I think it's pronounced. And Brian Daboll, and they I could tell reporters tried to get in fish an answer out of him, make him slip. But dude, he spoke well.
Didn't
try too hard.
Right.
You know what I mean? He just kind of treated it as business as usual.
Yeah.
Just went in, answered the questions, fielded them well. No, and I like him.
Okay.
And he says he wants to build around Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones is a fine quarterback. Do I think that he is elite? God, no. Do I think he's good? Maybe. But you got to remember, he's been screwed over a while. He's the Giants have literally done everything to hinder and basically murder his development, cut his legs off. That offensive line.
Not what you want to do with a developing franchise quarterback. I mean, you want to give him every opportunity to succeed. And I see by the look on your face that they have not done that up to this point. And the record proves that as well. So
losing and dude, Shane knows that he is coming into a situation where dude, he has to do well. He knows that this fan base has been broken. He knows that this fan base has been tortured. He knows that this fan base has been brutalized. And disappointed year in and year out by this team. And this year, the fan base got fed up and that things started impacting, seeding. Toward the end of the year, seeding started going down, and that kind of forced John Mara and Steve Tisch to do away with Gettleman and fire Judge.
Yeah. Well, thank God though, right?
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
Dude's
I
great.
I can't even imagine what would be going through your head right now if they were still here.
Oh God, if they
And you
were
thought they were.
yeah, I thought Judge was gonna stay. Everybody knew Gettleman was gone on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. That's another thing though. He's on a short leash.
Well, I don't think he's on a short
Josh-
leash.
I
I give him like 3 years.
Okay.
I'm good because this is a mess.
It's a
This
mess.
is a bad roster with a horrible cap situation.
Right. Yeah.
And he was talking about the pieces there. You know, he talked about the New Orleans game, and you know, if there's any hints to take out of that, it looks like he likes the guys who are, you know, who people have been speculating that are going to get traded, like Saquon Barkley, Kenny Galladay. He's been a divisive figure. I personally still like him, which is an unpopular opinion within the fan base, and I understand why it's an unpopular opinion within the fan base because he sucked, but he sucked at no fault of his own. So it seems to me that Saquon Barkley is saying, which is smart, if they trade him now, they'd trade him as lowest value. His value cratered.
Yeah.
Sure, it'd be crazy to trade him this offseason.
Yeah. So probably, give him a shot. Rebuild that trade value, at the very least.
I mean, yeah, at the very least, you know, give him an offensive line where he can run and he can make a lot of plays, put up some good numbers.
Seems like a simple fix, right?
It's not.
Beef up the offensive line.
And beefing up the offense. They got a lot of draft picks. They got the 5th and 7th overall pick,
Yeah.
which I will credit Dave Gettleman for making that trade with an even dumber GM and Ryan Pace to get the Chicago first for this year, and you know, the 5th and 7th overall picks.
Yeah.
Good offensive line draft. Evan Neal, tackle out of Alabama. Ikem Ikwonu, I think, the tackle out of NC State. Do not. I guarantee I butchered his name, but we
know what you're talking about.
Tyler Linderbaum, the
Yeah.
center from Iowa, huge fan of him. Center prospects like him don't come out very often.
Right.
No one shoring up that spot would be great. Overall, just now before talking about all the moves, let's just like Shane as like a GM.
Okay.
And again, didn't blurt out his philosophy, which is great. He just went in, talked, and just answered the questions.
Right.
Carried himself professionally.
Yeah.
And like that he's young, like that he likes the numbers. He believes that, well, not believes, it's that he just knows that that numbers can help a lot when it comes to building a team. And you know, it's a massive contrast to Joe Judge, who said that Excel can't build a football team.
Yeah, 42 years old, so that's young, man.
For
That's-
a GM, especially of this team.
Yeah.
This team that's young.
Oh yeah, they like hiring grandpas for.
They like
Joe
hiring
Joe.
old people. Giants very nepotist. I like that he's from the outside.
Yeah.
On top of the fact that he's young.
Yeah.
And you listen to him, dude, he's kind of a dork. I like that.
Yes, that's what you said when you walked in here. It's like, man, he sounds like a dork. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, I like it too. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, he easily sounds like a guy that we could bring on a podcast and we could just talk comic books with him for
We could, yeah,
hours.
comic books and like you know, and like you know,
Star
and
Wars.
nickel formations and
Yeah.
we do that. I formations and
Yeah, basically what this
options.
entire podcast
Pretty
is
much.
about. Mostly sports. I mean, our brand is sports, but we're nerds. And,
Yeah.
you know, Joe Shane just strikes me as a nerd.
You know what he should do? He should hop on with some local podcasters. Is what I think.
Oh, yeah.
Give us 10 minutes, man. I think he asks the hard hitting questions that most podcasters have, sports podcasters have right now, and get a good reaction from the fan base, the real fans,
Yeah, real fan base, dude.
real
We're-
fans
I tell you, we are.
who have suffered week in and week out. I've
Hey.
seen it. I'm not even a fan. I suffer along with
You're not a
you.
fan, dude. I am basically a psychological experiment.
Yes.
I am.
Oh, you're psycho, all right.
I'm a sample. I'm a sample.
Yeah, and the
about
studio's a
what
petri
happened.
dish. Yes. and let's
this
just see what
studio is
happens.
the petri dish to the psychology experiment that is studying my brain on with laundering it through a podcast.
Right. This is your brain on the New York Giants.
Yes.
No doubt.
This is your brain on it, like those old like drug commercials like in the 80s.
Are you surprised that they hired someone so quick? It's like a 2-week process.
No, I'm not that shocked.
Or were they researching up until like for maybe this whole
part
season?
Of me
They're like,
thinks
listen,
they were.
Get on that because once we're able to, we're gonna.
The interview process was quick.
It was.
I'm not shocked that it was quick because when they fired their coach, and most teams that fired their coaches typically already have a GM in place, and they needed to get ahead of the 8 ball, and they hired Shane. I think it was on Friday, and they've already conducted interviews with a bunch of different guys. Which of some of the names here include, obviously the favorite Brian Dable, another Brian and Brian Flores, who Joe Shane mentioned along with Dable in the presser. Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn. I wouldn't be a huge fan of that.
Yeah, you mentioned that on Twitter.
I do not want the choke artist behind 28-3 to be this team's head coach.
Yeah,
just a hunch that he wouldn't work out. Leslie Frazier, the Bills defensive coordinator. I know that this, like the game on Sunday, probably turned a lot of people off from Frazier, but here's the thing, dude. When you're going up against a mutant like Patrick Mahomes, there's no way that you can only hope to contain that. And it's Patrick Mahomes. What the hell are you going to do about it?
No.
Frazier still had like #1 overall defense in the league. I think it would be fine. Lou Anarumo of the Cincinnati Bengals defensive coordinator, wouldn't mind that. And the most perplexing candidate here, Patrick Graham, Giants defensive coordinator.
Yeah, hiring with the family.
I wouldn't. Graham's different though because he's actually smart.
Okay.
Patrick Graham, if they did hire him, I'd be surprised. I'd be like, whoa, what the hell is this? The only guy here that I'd be pissed off with outright would be Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
Dan Quinn, I'd be like, dude, what the hell?
I don't think that's happening unless he says something that really impresses him.
Like with me, I personally like Dable, but Flores would be perfectly fine as well. He'd be fine. I think he'd do a great job. Again, track record I like having proven guys.
Yeah.
Guys who have proven good histories as coordinators and head coaching gigs.
Yeah.
But whoever they hire.
Did you mention name Harbaugh last week?
I mentioned Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh's a pipe dream anymore. I wanted Jim Harbaugh. It was. I know you have your little gripes with him as a Michigan fan.
Ohio State this year. He's going this way. He's going this way.
Dude, you are like so weird when it comes to like Michigan and like where they beat Ohio State. But I get it.
That's all that matters.
Like,
I'll be honest with you. They can literally lose to every other game. If they beat Ohio State, then it's okay.
It's your alma mater.
Yeah.
So you feel strongly about.
I do.
About that.
I do, but I also think that's one of the best rivalries out there, if not the best. So.
Dude, it's up there, man.
It's good.
It's up there.
It's good. So Giants go in the right direction, though. So you were impressed by the press conference?
Nothing really jumped out at me.
Right.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, nothing jumped out at me. I kind of like this.
Yeah.
Because he carried himself in a way where he's like, I don't need to say this. Like, I don't need to say this and this and this and this in order for people.
Right. But you guys got to write a story, so here, I'll say this. Oh, yeah, you kept a lot of not a lot of BS, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he didn't do that coach speak or that GM speak where he went out there and said, this is a bad situation, but we're going to go in, we're going to clean it up. We're going to beef up here. We're going to build this team. We're going to build it strong. And of course he did say some stuff like, we want to build this team that can win games and compete for championships.
Sure.
Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, obvious. All right, thank you.
But he didn't just vomit his philosophy. Again, didn't vomit his philosophy.
Right.
onto the podium and into that audience of reporters.
Yeah.
And I think that's great because he is waiting for his body of work is what is supposed to sell people
Yeah.
on the kind of GM he can be, and not just a random Mad Lib. Just
Yeah. Throw adjective here, noun here, adverb
of
here. Okay, done.
football talk, and saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do this," and then it'd hype people up, but it would just be
Yeah, you know who also hype people up? Winning.
yeah, winning hypes people up.
Wait, really?
You know what? Draft well.
Yeah.
No, people will like you, and he knows that this is a high pressure job. This is about as highest pressure of a gig as there is out there right now.
That's New York City, my friends. The New York Giants,
New
my
York
friend.
City, and you are tasked with taking an organization, a team that has reduced itself to the joke of football in a bad cap situation and trying to bring them back up in a short enough time frame to where you'll still have a job and make enough progress that you'll still have a job.
Right.
Like, again, this draft is not how we're going to evaluate Joe Schoen. Evaluating Joe Schoen is going to take place after, like, next year or a couple years down the road. Like, I'm not going to know how good this guy is until I'm, like, 20.
Yeah. But 2 top 10 draft picks.
Yeah, hey, hell of a canvas.
Yes.
A lot of picks in the top 90. It's good.
Yeah. So that'll make things a little easier.
Yeah,
5 and 7.
That should make things easier.
Yeah.
Just a hunch.
All right. Well, Godspeed, Joe Schoen.
Yeah, Godspeed, man. Just
yeah.
go out there. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Yeah. He is walking into a car crash though of epic proportions. You just gotta kind of clean it up one bit at a time, I guess. You know,
it's gonna take time. And in the NFL, it doesn't take too much time. It's not like baseball where it takes 10 years to get a team competitive again. You know this.
Yes. And you know, the division not the strongest, so you know, hey, if a couple chips fall your way, you could find yourself in the playoffs next year.
Yeah, who knows?
Even with a mediocre team, they almost wound up in the playoffs. So, and then who knows what can happen from there? We've seen it. We've seen it. We've seen it.
We've seen it with the Giants twice.
We've seen it with the Giants
in
twice.
my lifetime.
Yeah.
So it's.
Yeah, man. We should. I wish we could put some money on that.
Oh my god! There was probably somebody out there to put $10,000 on Super Bowl 42 on.
Yeah. Well, they're still waiting. They're still living off that money. Then hopefully.
Yeah.
And it didn't kill them. So.
Dude, you get a $10 million payout from that. You just stick that money into a AAA corporate bond.
Right. That's right. Wait a little bit.
And with like a 2% yield, you'll be collecting like 6 figures a year doing nothing. And you can't touch the money, which is the best part about it. Anyways, that's it for Cameron Woolley's finance.
The financial minute, everybody.
The financial minute.
Yes. Where do you want to go? You want to talk about these crazy, awesome games?
I'd like to talk about some other noteworthy stuff from
because you know you know we're gonna get there.
John Mara said that Deshaun Watson is off the table, and I did initially have something written to, talk about Deshaun Watson, a little speculation.
Yeah.
Morty,
Morty, I don't know about this.
So like
spit off the lip.
Like initially, I was going to talk about, Deshaun Watson, what does this do? With all the playoff games, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. That was the initial thing that I had planned, but John Mara basically shot that down and made my day a lot easier.
Yeah.
and you know what? Again, one thing I can say to Joe Schoen: help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Yes. Yes, very easy.
Yes.
It just make some Jedi-like moves and you're good.
Yes. All right. So NFL playoffs, crazy
Oh
things.
my goodness! If you were
This
not
was-
watching football this weekend, you missed out on
The
these
best
are,
weekend of football ever.
These are stories that
This is
Hollywood
the best.
couldn't even script. We could have never predicted the. Just
I
every game
didn't
was
predict
awesome.
that. Every game was on. I went 0 for 4 on the predictions.
You did.
I went 0 for
You
4.
you totally did.
No, I'll gladly take my L here, man. Gladly.
Yeah. And yeah, I think if you listen to last week's show near the end, like, hey, you don't really do predictions, but you want to just do it for fun.
Yes.
And you went, big goose egg.
Yeah, big
Big
goose
goose
egg. 0
egg.
for 4. And you know what? I'll
And
take
I
my
didn't know
Ls.
if this was a reverse
my
jinx or whatever, but it worked. If it was.
I'm the jinxing king of Twitter, bro.
Big old goose egg. Which game do you want to go to first?
We're leading off with Bengals Titans.
Okay.
So the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yes, aka the Bungles,
Upset-
as you love to call
upset.
them.
They're not the Bungles anymore, dude.
No, they're good.
They're not the Bungles. Like, good game, dude. Defensive struggle. Joe Burrow's offensive line doing him no favors. He was sacked 9 times in that game.
Yeah. Traditionally, you get sacked 9 times, you don't win.
Yeah,
You
you don't
do
win.
not win. But, couple big plays. It's Joe Burrow.
Dude, Joe Burrow, hey, he got it done.
This is what you get when you get a full season healthy Joe Burrow.
Dude,
As a winning team.
Love Joe Burrow. Dude, he's cool as well. Like, he's super cool.
Yes, he is. And as with many of the games, winning field goal as time expired to pull the team ahead and win the game.
Dude, I literally said straight up, like, I was sitting down in the den with my dad, and I remember saying, if Evan McPherson nails this field goal, the Bungles the Bungles moniker is gone. And sure enough, like the second after I said that,
Boom.
he nailed it. It was like a 50-something yarder too. It wasn't a chip shot.
No, not at all.
Drilled it.
None of these were this weekend. And yeah, I can give a shout out to all the kickers in the NFL.
Oh my god.
Especially the ones who played this weekend. I don't know what their salaries are, but they got to be doubled or something because they
Kickers.
these guys have ice waters in their veins, and these were not easy. Most of them were from pretty long range, and they nailed them. And if you were a fan of these winning teams, yeah, you got I buy them a drink in the offseason.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god.
Steak dinner. I don't know, but you owe them a lot. So that's all I'm saying. Titans, great team this year. 12-5.
Got Derrick Henry back. Derrick Henry playing on basically a cyborg. Oh, dude, but Ryan Tannehill, my God, dude, he was that might be a problem. Now, I was thinking about the Giants having a team that's desperate and crazy enough for a quarterback to trade up to 7. Titans might be that team. Dude.
It might be.
Not gonna lie, dude, that's problematic, dude, with how Tannehill played.
Yeah. 15 for 24, 220 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 picks.
Including a pick on the first play of the game.
Yes. And
a pick
and
on
a
the
big
final.
pick on their final drive, which
Deflected off of Eli Apple. Eli Apple made the play that bounced the ball up in the air.
probably should have caught that thing, but maybe a little too much mustard behind it. I don't know.
Eli Apple was the one who made the play, broke the pass up, that tipped it up, and got it intercepted.
Yeah. Which led to the winning field goal.
Of course, it was Eli Apple, who did his own thing on Twitter, beefing with Giants fans and Saints fans.
Well, yeah. Joe Burrow, 28 for 37, 348 yards, no touchdowns, 1 pick. So
He still
Good.
overall had a good game.
good enough to win. Great enough to win.
Incredible.
I-
Dude.
yeah.
Dude, never in my life did I think I'd see the Cincinnati Bengals in the AFC
Really?
Championship game. Never. I never thought I'd see the day.
I had a feeling this year. I forgot on another podcast. I said they were going to win it all, and I got grilled for it. But
which podcast?
It was so we used to back in 2010 we did a hockey podcast called Puck Nuts. It was about the Devils. With Walt and Brian and our friend Sunday Jeff.
Brian Quinn?
Brian Johnson.
Oh, Brian Johnson.
Brian Quinn came on a few times though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we kind of stopped doing it because Walt thought we jinxed them that year. And if you remember 2010, it was not a good year for the Devils.
Yeah.
So he felt his jinx, so we stopped it. So we pick it up intermittently. So we did one right when the NFL season started, was I believe one of the last episodes we recorded. And
you said the Bengals were going to go.
Yeah, we did our Super Bowl picks, and I got grilled. But for the record, he picked. He's a big Tom Brady fan. He wanted to pick the Bucks, but didn't want to pick the Bucks, so he picked the Packers. And we'll talk about how that went this week. And
dude,
but I got
dude, if the Bengals win the Super Bowl, you have to put that.
I got to rub it in his face,
dude. You have to find that clip.
Oh yeah,
somewhere.
I'm definitely rubbing it in everyone's
somewhere.
face.
You got to find that clip.
Yeah. It could happen. I don't know if you think they're good enough to win, but
dude, they can do it.
But they got a pretty. That
That
was what I would call a lucky bounce. That last Tennessee drive. That was a gift right there. That was gift wrapped. That victory.
Also worth mentioning, Brian Johnson and Walt Flanagan were sudden, unexpected guests on the Cameron Woolley show.
They were, yeah, a couple years ago.
Along with Brian Quinn, which was really cool.
Yeah, they jumped in to hurry you up. They're like, we gotta record, get out of here, kid. But in the nicest way possible. Yeah. So congratulations to the Bengals. Yeah, I still my pick for Super Bowl champions. Now they got they still have a long road ahead of them.
My God,
they're running a couple buzzsaws.
My God, dude, but Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Some people have been calling him Joe Cool, not because he's Joe Montana.
No.
But because he's good.
Great under pressure. Yes.
He's good under pressure. And he's fly as shit.
He is.
He is awesome.
He is.
He smokes cigars after games.
Wow. A little victory cigar, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Cigars are better for you than cigarettes.
Sure. As long as it's not a habit and it doesn't mess up your lungs and your your endurance, yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want to? Which amazing game do you want to go to next?
We're gonna go.
This is insane, man. It's absolutely insane.
We're gonna go to Niners Packers.
So game number one, where won by a game-winning field goal as time expired.
A lot of defense.
A defense.
The second game on Saturday night, low-scoring game-winning field goal. A lot of defense.
Insanity. Upset. Huge upset.
God,
huge
massive.
Upset,
dude. This is the first time in a while, I think since the 2010-2011 season, where both number one seeds were knocked out in the divisional round.
Yeah, crazy. Green Bay Packers after they got the bye, rested up.
Yep.
Home field advantage.
Aaron Rodgers going in, not caring at all.
Yeah.
He was pissed off, dude. He was every little variable that Aaron Rodgers needed to win. Right. And on the first drive, it looked like it was going to be a rout. First drive, it was a touchdown drive. Aaron Rodgers was efficient. They ran the ball well. Everything worked.
Yep, 69-yard drive started on their own 31-yard line. And, textbook Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay Packers.
Aaron Rodgers, my God.
Yeah, and then it just fizzled out.
My God, dude. And dude, the special teams were a huge factor in this. Dude, this game was won and lost on special teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Culminated, highlighted.
And a blocked punt. Returned for a touchdown. I don't think I've seen that in a playoff game.
A block punt. I couldn't even tell you when the last time I saw that.
In a playoff game.
Right. Yeah, I don't remember watching that in regulation this year. I don't know if I'm sure it happened, but I couldn't tell you.
I remember I saw the Giants do it once, like a couple years ago.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, that was a huge play.
My
God, their only touchdown. So
yeah,
Had that not happened, who knows how things have gone. But it was cold. It was snowing. The Cheeseheads were out in full force over at Titletown, USA.
Oh man, they deserved it. The Packers fans, they deserved it.
Yeah, but just geez, how 1, 2? There was like 10, 12 punts in this game. Drives were going nowhere. But San Francisco somehow pulled it off, man.
Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, don't count out Deebo. I mean, nobody does, but geez, man.
Dude, Deebo, he doesn't, man.
Yeah. Lucky enough to have him on my fantasy team this year. He did a great job.
The inherited
team, yeah, along with Devonta Adams, but yeah, the Rodgers we were used to seeing was not present.
So, dude, Aaron Rodgers is this enough to give him the choker moniker in the playoffs?
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he played great all season, and then
yes, just splat.
20 for 29, 225 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. So on a team where you're essential. You got to throw a couple TDs, man. But if you're a Niners fan with this recent run, yeah, you gotta be happy. And Jimmy G. I mean, nothing special. 11 for 1,931 yards.
I hate how people are comparing Jimmy Garoppolo to 2007 Eli Manning with this run.
What?
Like,
come on, no way.
First of all, Eli Manning was actually productive.
Yes. Oh, his stats were easily better than this.
In the playoffs.
Yeah. Least. Easily. Yeah, nothing special, but I mean, everyone else carried him, so come on. Come on. But again, field goal as time expired after that monumental block punt. And sending home the Lambeau faithful to go home and drink beer until they passed out from their misery.
No. That was not a beer loss. That's a hard
liquor.
Loss.
Okay, hard cheap liquor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not expensive liquor. These are Packers fans.
Like grain alcohol or whatever. Yeah. You're drinking hand sanitizer. I don't know.
Something bad.
Yeah.
Like Hennessy. Like
basic.
Hennessy.
Oh man.
Like cheap, like $10 bottle of tequila or something.
Yeah.
That was a tequila loss. Like somebody's house got destroyed because some guy drank too much cheap tequila.
Right. There probably some alcohol poisoning incidents at the Green Bay hospitals that night.
It was like the episode of South Park where it was like after when Obama got elected and it was like the hospitals like half of them were like the McCain people tried killing themselves.
Yeah.
And the Obama people partied too much.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
I was like, did he vote for Obama or McCain? We need to know if he tried to kill himself or partied too hard.
Yeah. Man. Block punt though, man. Could you even you can't script that. Block punt in the fourth quarter. Yeah. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. So congratulations, Niners. I don't know what's gotten into you guys.
Good job, dude.
The second half.
Good defense, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you point to one thing? They really turned things around.
Dude,
Can you point to one factor?
Deebo Samuel.
Okay.
And the defensive line, I guess.
Okay, done. In this case, special teams. So keep it up. Again,
yeah.
You guys also have a long road ahead of you. But,
yeah, my God.
But hey, man, if they win it all, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. I'd be shocked, but not surprised. Yeah.
That's an oxymoron, but whatever.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Hey, it's football, though.
Yeah, it's football. Football, nothing makes sense.
Right.
So on to Sunday, the Los Angeles Rams almost fumble the bag against the Tampa Bay Patriots.
Yes. They did. I mean, that first half was all LA. It did not look good.
Domination.
Brady could not get anything
Shocked.
going. How many times did he get sacked? It seemed like he was on the ground the whole game.
Again, dude, that's how you beat him.
Yeah.
That is
Don't
how
let him throw.
you beat him.
He's
Pass
very
rush
simple,
from
right?
the inside that doesn't allow him to move in the pocket. And guess who the best defensive tackle in football plays for? The LA Rams.
Yeah. So they had that down by but Tampa Bay scored 3 points in the first half, so it was not looking good. They went down 20-3. Probably should have been more. There was that fumble right before as time expired in the first half, which they had to look at it in the replay for like 8 minutes, and I mean, had LA went up 27-3,
at halftime,
it's over.
That could have been the kill shot right there.
Although, there was one time when Brady was down 28-3.
He was down 27-3 in this one, and almost.
Yeah, you're right.
And he almost did. Well, it was, dude, so ridiculous how much luck this guy gets year in and year out.
Yeah. But
dude, stupid turnovers, stupid decisions, stupid everything from the Rams in the second half led to Tom Brady almost doing it again.
Yeah, I didn't count him out those. I kept creeping back, and lo and behold,
nobody counts Tom Brady out. You nuts! Of course you can't count him out.
Yeah, and lo and behold, ties it up in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. I low-key kind of forgot how deadly of a duo Von Miller and Aaron Donald is on the defensive line.
Yeah,
like I kind of forgot. Like that's kind of broken. You know what I mean? Both of those guys rushing.
Yeah.
Dude, like, come on.
Yeah, for sure. And, jeez. It just, Brady didn't look comfortable back there until he did. So, too little, too late, though, in this case.
Seems. Dude, but that Matthew Stafford throw the Cooper Cup on that drive, dude. I'm so happy.
That was
for
the killer.
Him. I am so happy for Matthew Stafford and Odell Beckham. I know in the first year of the show I was kind of petty about Beckham, but
for a good reason. A good reason. It was he was supposed to save the team, and went over to the Browns, and now. Well, it all worked out.
He was traded too. If it weren't for Dave Gettleman and Pat Leonard,
they'd still be here.
Odell Beckham would have still been a giant.
Yeah. Well, geez.
And I know ill will toward Odell Beckham. I love.
What are you gonna do?
Love him. I love that he's producing.
Yeah.
On a team.
And his outspokenness worked out for him this year. Like, all right, you don't want to be here. All right, fine. And
he's
like,
I don't want who did. Dude, Odell Beckham Sr. needs to get like NFL Executive of the Year this year.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I want my kid on a better team, not this crap team.
Yeah,
and look what happened.
Yeah, he's on.
Look what happened. He may be he may have a big fat ring at the end of this season.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already in a better situation, so
it's good for him.
But yes, that cup. That cup catch. Dude, yeah. I don't need to say it, but I'm going to
Matthew Stafford. It's like, there was a video of a Lions fan that went viral of like his girlfriend taking a video of him just absolutely losing it when Matthew Stafford made the throw to Cup.
Yeah.
He was like, "Clock it! Clock that shit! Clock that shit!"
Yeah.
And I'm very reminiscent of a very popular Matthew Stafford clip where he went in for a game-winning touchdown against the Dallas Cowboys, and it was a fake spike quarterback sneak that went for a touchdown where he was mic'd up for the game.
Yeah.
And he was running up to the line. He was like, "Clock it! Clock it! Clock it!" And, dude, he leaped over for the touchdown, and dude, it's it's a good sight to see when things come full circle.
Yeah. Yeah. Brady ties it up, but LA wasn't done yet. Drove up the field. Field goal as time expired.
There's a pattern here.
To win the game. So the third playoff game this week to end that way. Gotta love it.
And all playoff games ended on the last play.
Yeah.
As we go to our...
Yeah, real quick, Tom Brady, what is he sticking around?
Dude, yes, he's sticking around. Dude, I am not counting out Tom Brady being retired. Even when he does retire, what's stopping me from believing that he's not going to come back in a year?
Right.
What's stopping me from believing that he's not going to suddenly unretire
Absolutely
and
nothing.
then win a Super Bowl?
That would be insane.
I am not.
That would be insane.
Not counting out Tom Brady.
That's a movie plot
until
right there.
He actually retires and stays retired.
Right. That would be insane.
It's ridiculous.
Tom Brady is older than the Giants GM, by the way.
Stupid.
I just need to bring that up.
Yes.
2 years older.
Stupid. How this guy every single goddamn year, he's old. He's old, dude. He's like your age.
I'm older than Tom Brady.
But you're like a couple years. You went to college at the same. You were at Michigan. Were you at Michigan?
I was
when Tom Brady was quarterback?
You're right at the end. But yes, for me, yes.
You were a student at the University of Michigan when Tom Brady
I was there.
The
but I am
there.
by no means even. I step on a football field. I feel pain. I feel aches and pains. Like much less quarterbacking a
even
playoff
with all
team.
that yoga.
Even with all the yoga, yeah. I also, my arm is not as good as his, needless to say. So, yeah.
Well, also, you're like 5'7".
Well,
so
there is that too.
Yeah.
No, 5'4". I'm not even 5'7". 5'4". Yeah, not a lot of 5'4" quarterbacks out there.
Overestimating, by
right?
The way.
Yes. Thank you.
I'm 6'3".
Must be nice.
I have.
How's the air up there? Good. Okay, great.
It's cold. It's cold.
It's cold everywhere.
It's cold, dude. It's
cold everywhere. So you're saying he comes back next year?
Yes, he comes back. What else am I supposed to say? Dude, he's going to be back next year. You know what? He's probably going to win the Super Bowl.
Probably will.
Probably going to win
why? Because he's mad.
Another goddamn Super Bowl.
He is mad.
God.
Yeah.
No, but hey, Eli Manning owns him. And and the fact that those games still bug Tom Brady to this day.
They should.
You know what? It gets me out of bed sometimes. Knowing that the greatest quarterback of all time
still
has a bug up his ass about that time.
Not once,
about the fact,
but twice.
About the fact that Eli Manning is the only human being that can say that he owns him.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, didn't work out for the Bucks. There were some quotes. They beat us last time. I want to crush them this time. Whatever. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. But I mean, you can't blame. Well, you can blame first half Brady, but not second half Brady. He tied it back up. What do you want? What do you want?
Never the reason that his teams lose games. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I still find it tough to believe that he's on Tampa Bay, and he won a Super Bowl last year with them.
He did. Almost pulled out some magic. Had that D held up, who knows? Who knows? But the Rams, good team, great team, great team. Contenders,
awesome,
contenders
awesome team.
Would love to see him win a ring this year. And that brings us up to the last and quite possibly most exciting game.
Oh my God, dude!
Of the weekend,
so
hotly anticipated Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Josh Allen. This was Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes. The rest of the players were spectators, except for Gabriel Davis.
Yeah,
who just had like the best playoff game for any receiver ever. Basically catching
4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns. NFL record. Lost.
Well, yes, but that's what happens when you go against.
Joe Shane had a hand in drafting him.
Yes.
Just going to say that Joe Shane had a hand in
full
drafting
credit
him.
to Joe Shane. I watched the Bills all season. I wanted them to win the Super Bowl.
I thought they were going to win this game.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah, but they ran into Mahomes at his best. And
it's ridiculous.
Just this is like the Rocky Ivan Drago fight. Just trading blows after blow after blow. And we thought the Bills had the kill.
No, this was like
the kill shot.
This was like Obi-Wan and Darth Vader fighting at the end of Revenge of the Sith. Both two expert warriors at their absolute peak.
Yes.
Going at it, just trading shots. Just a beautiful game. This is quite possibly the best football game I've ever watched.
Oh yeah, by far.
It's up there
by far. It's just insane, these games. 20 some odd seconds left. Bills are on like what, the 20, 30 yard line. And
then he gets touchdown, and then Patrick Mahomes. Fathom this.
Okay.
13 seconds is too much time for Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
13 seconds.
We all
wrap
know
your head
that.
around that.
I can't.
13 seconds.
I can't.
13. Yeah, everyone talks about, too much time for Brady. Too much time for Rodgers.
In a 60-minute game.
Dude, in Super Bowl 42, when the Giants scored the touchdown with 35 seconds left, 2007 Tom Brady, it was considered, that's enough.
Yeah.
That's enough. And granted, Brady did almost pull that off. It was a Corey Webster play away from the Patriots getting a game-tying field goal.
Yeah.
But, dude, even with prime Tom Brady, 35 seconds was seen as sufficient.
Yeah.
That was seen as, he's dead.
Yeah.
Even
when Allen had the ball, there's 27 seconds. I'm like, that's not a lot of time. For Josh Allen it is, but still you got to execute, right?
Yeah.
A couple incomplete passes.
It was like 2 plays.
Yeah. And
prevent defense, man. Dude. Bad.
Yeah.
Bad prevent defense.
Yeah. So let me ask, 13 seconds left. Bills have just scored a touchdown. They're kicking off the ball. Why do they kick it so deep? Why not shorten up that kickoff, let the Chiefs run it back, eat up 2-3 seconds off that clock?
That's not something I considered. That's a good point to bring up.
And the commentators mentioned that, and I was like, yeah, they're going to shorten this kick, so at least they burn off some time running it back. Now I could see it's like, okay, you do have the
every millisecond matters when it comes to dealing with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. Now you do run the risk that maybe the Chiefs run it back. Maybe they have a good run and they
that's what I mean.
At
the 25, at least put it at the 25. It's a risk.
Yeah.
It's a risk because if that ball ends up at the Kansas City 35, then that's even easier.
Right. But still, man. Yeah, I was like, why didn't they just shorten it just a little bit? Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Make them run it back and let your defense do its job from there. But I can also see it, get the touchback. And that's a big amount of field to eat up. But hey,
just play normal coverage. You don't have to
There was that too. What? Yeah.
You don't have to play prevent defense. It's ill-advised to play prevent defense. Look at all those gashes.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce was right there. Up the seam.
Yeah. There was a
Dude, prevent defense
There's
sucks.
a lot of There's a lot of
prevent defense.
There's a lot of room out there. And
A huge credit to my grandfather for drilling it in my head as a kid that prevent defense sucks.
Yes.
Hate prevent.
Yeah. Well,
sometimes it works.
Again, game tying field goal as time expired. Thing in overtime. So the overtime rules.
Dude, the overtime. Dude,
it sucks.
It shouldn't. I don't think it should be like the NCAA, but I do think that each team should get the ball once.
Yes, I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Why
they should give them normal fields.
Yes, they got to change that.
And then it should end by the defensive team making a play.
Yes,
it should not end on offense.
Yeah,
it should not be ended by the offense. It should be ended by the defense when the team can't score anymore.
I agree. These rules,
both teams would have dropped. It would have been 75 to...
Sure. That's good football. It would have been
I
want to watch this.
75 to 68.
I want to watch this. If that's how it happens, that's how it happens. But we didn't get to see Josh Allen try to...
Josh Allen should have gotten an opportunity to answer.
They should have changed the rules right then and there. And be like, you know what? Here, take a shot.
This could do it. That game could very well do it.
Yeah. So I feel bad, but that's whatever this crap rule is. don't agree with, and this is a prime example of why I think you
Yeah.
can change it for sure.
And hey, Brian Dable, nice little resume builder.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, this game could have gone either way. Both teams, amazing. We'll see them again. We'll see the Bills again in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely.
They absolutely are cursed though. This cements it. They're cursed.
Yes, dude. My God.
No matter what they do, they
I
can't.
feel so bad for Bills.
Every time they lose
I feel
in a big
so
situation,
bad for Bills Mafia. It's ridiculous the kind of garbage that they go through.
and yet they persevere. So Bills fans out there, I give it up to you. Again, probably a lot of alcohol poisoning in Buffalo last weekend, and I do not blame you whatsoever. Hats off to you. I'm sorry it didn't go your way. Yeah, we will remember this game forever, though,
Yes.
if that means anything.
Dude, if I was a Bills fan, I'd like everyone to forget that game.
Yeah. So I don't do you want to make a prediction here, or we're down to the
I
final?
learned my lesson from
Okay.
last week. No. I
Okay.
am not predicting anything.
Okay.
No. Screw predictions.
Jeez.
I'll predict the Super Bowl. That's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I'll do.
Okay. I mean, Bengals got a tough game ahead of them, but I think, I don't know, man. I mean, Mahomes is back to his. He's got his superpowers
Mahomes.
back.
Dude, okay. How is anybody in the AFC expected to win with those two mutants
I don't know.
at
don't know.
quarterback for those two teams? How is anybody expected to win?
I don't know. Just pray.
Dude, they're not. They're
Prayer.
X-Men.
They are. They're mutants for sure. They're
Yes.
not of the yeah. They're mutant powers that they can play. They throw
Yes.
the football really well.
It's the Brotherhood of Mutant Quarterbacks or something. I don't know.
I think as you were making your picks last week, I was like, yeah, throwing an upset here somewhere.
I
So
said throwing an upset.
this will be my upset. I believe the Bengals will beat the Chiefs.
You have to stick with that.
I
the
do.
whole way.
I do, and I don't know what deal the Niners made with the Devils. Not the New Jersey Devils, but the Devil. There's only one, the one down below. Yeah, I think the Niners are going to take this one. So.
Oh, dude, you're both
Niners-
road to
Niners,
Super Bowl
Bengals.
rematch. Niners
Yeah.
Bengals 3.
Yes.
Niners Bengals 3. Dude,
Yes.
That's
That'll be cool
great.
because I think we'll probably we'll get Boomer in the booth somewhere. We'll get Montana back.
Boomer Esiason.
Get Montana back in the booth.
I listen to Boomer Esiason every morning.
I like him. I think he's great.
He's fine.
He's
fine.
great.
He's better,
He's,
better than Greg Carton and
the ex-con.
yeah, the ex-con.
Nah,
it's
yeah.
a white collar crime though.
It was, yeah. I mean, ticket
gambled.
scams and gambling? Yeah, gambling addiction. Yeah, you can't get more white collar than that. But yeah, I do like
Insider trading.
Insider
Trading. Just watch The Wolf of Wall Street. That's
Right.
how you get more white collar.
Yeah.
That's how you. That's
Yeah,
like
no one
the
got
most
physically hurt. He didn't have a gun or anything, but just bad decision.
A lot of drugs.
Yeah, probably. Yes, probably.
Pump
But
and
yes, the rematch between the Cincinnati Bengals and the San Francisco 49ers.
Those are the two teams that you think
I'm gonna-
that we're
yes.
gonna be doing musical numbers for and like friggin' like wrestling intros.
Yes, absolutely. But this past weekend of playoff games, better than any Super Bowl I've seen in probably the last 10 years. You gotta. Gotta admit.
There have been a couple of Super Bowls that have been great. 28-3 and Super Bowl
That-
52.
Okay.
were great.
Sure. Yeah.
And Super Bowl 49. the Malcolm Butler.
Yeah.
There have been some really good Super Bowls.
Yeah.
To be fair,
But for the most part, duds.
I wouldn't say duds. They've been good games. Most Super Bowls have been good games.
Yeah. Hey, football, man.
Football,
Love it.
football, yeah.
Love it.
All right. Anyways, so on to another sport. We're gonna be talking about the New Jersey Devils. And
Yeah.
dear God, this team makes no sense.
You're absolutely
This
right.
week, I went from livid to confused back to livid again.
Livid to confused and happy
Wednesday night.
to livid. Yes.
Wednesday night.
Oh man.
The most pathetic game that I have ever seen, and I am gonna be. I'm warning you. I'm gonna be uppity.
Do it
for this one, dude.
They deserve it,
dude.
man. It's just an awful game, man.
Dude. No, I have seen, and I do not stutter when I say this, and this is an incredibly high bar.
Mm-hmm.
That loss to the Arizona Coyotes, a team that is about to be evicted from their arena, their city, and their state.
Right.
A literal poverty franchise.
Yes.
Literal poverty franchise.
Team that nobody cares about.
Loss,
including themselves.
Outshooting them 36-17 and losing 4-1 with your team damn near completely healthy.
Yeah.
Is the hands down the most pathetic and sad and anger-inducing loss that I have seen in my life as a Devils fan. I do not stutter when I say that. And like I said, that bar is really high.
Yes.
When I talk about pathetic losses.
Just stat line wise, how is this even possible?
I have been a Devils fan since 2012. All I have seen is pathetic over the last 10 years. That has been 10 years of regret, mostly, and 10 years of losing and false hope. Most pathetic loss ever. That broke that easily beats 4-0 against Winnipeg. That easily beats getting our asses kicked on national TV at Yankee Stadium against the Rangers. That easily beats every little loss in franchise history.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah.
Sad.
Blackwood and net.
Dude,
13 saves on 17 shots.
Okay, when are we going to just accept that Blackwood sucks? When are we just going to come around to that? I've come around to it. You got to come around at some point.
I mean, he's injured, though, right?
He's injured. I get that. Hockey players like playing through injuries, but dude, come on.
Yeah, but I mean, are both his eyes, did he poke both his eyes out?
Okay, I have 2 words that can explain Mackenzie Blackwood.
Okay.
He sucks. He sucks.
Yeah. Well,
print that.
You don't need to tell me
Mackenzie Blackwood sucks.
The stat
There's
line.
your headline. That's the T.
Yeah.
That's the T, girl boss. Blackwood sucks.
Yeah, the stat line will reflect that he does in fact suck. Yes. And yeah. And I don't know what. Yeah, I don't do about it. Devil strike first. He should.
Nico on power play goal. I'm sitting here. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great.
Yeah, easy picking
against the Arizona Coyotes. This is awesome.
Easy picking.
And I said, hey, Arizona Coyotes, that should be an easy win.
Yeah.
I knew the moment I said that they were gonna get their asses kicked in this game.
I blame you then. I don't blame Mackenzie Blackwood. I blame you.
Shut up.
I blame you for this loss.
Yeah, and I blame myself for this loss too. But you know what? Oh my God, dude. And then on Saturday, they turn out an amazing performance against one of the best teams in the league. They dropped a touchdown on the Carolina Hurricanes.
They did. 7 goals. Carolina at the time, I think, only had 8 losses on the season.
Yes.
So yeah, they're a good team. And not only that, but New Jersey plays awful against Carolina, with clockwork.
You were there. You were there in 2009.
Don't remind me, but yes. I'm still
the singular.
Hold on, give me a second. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I saw it. I was there. I was there for all 4 home games too. So yeah, it was pretty bad. But and they go down pretty quickly 2-0. So you're like, okay, well, I chalk it up as a loss in the first period. But
it's like, yeah, and then Nathan Bastian.
Welcome back.
Dude.
Welcome back, Nathan.
Dude, hey, Nathan Bastian. I will say he has been. The
great.
Most confusing thing about this.
It's been great.
The most confusing thing easily about this year has been how Nathan Bastian basically fixed the Devils' power play.
How is that?
Net front
What?
presence. Net front presence, man. I don't know what it is.
Just throw a big body out there in front of the net and just.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I don't.
Hey
know,
man,
dude.
simple
It's
fix,
odd.
man. Simple fix.
Nathan Bastian.
Yeah.
I like him. The super buddies are a wholesome little thing with him and McLeod. That's. I mean, I guess if there's some solace, is that they're wholesome at least.
Yeah,
I don't know, but
two goals in under 2 minutes in the first period ties it up. So we're like, okay, we got a game going on here.
Yeah, and then it was a nice little. It was a nice win. Oh my God! Just 7 goals. Jack Hughes scoring on the power play.
Yeah.
Just an absolute
a-
banger. Just, Jack Hughes, he does his little celly. The Rock is going crazy.
Yeah, that second period though, man, 3 goals, which is more than they score in a whole game lately, and they score 3 goals in the second period, go up by 1, and then the third period is all them, with Jack Hughes and Pavel Zacha
Dude,
waking
first time
back
in a
up.
bit. Dude, the Pavel Zacha is suffering from something called not playing with Jesper Bratt every night syndrome.
Okay, well,
He's not playing with Nico Hischier and
Right.
Jesper Bratt every night.
Yeah.
So,
that's the sin.
he is now he's kind of a fraud now.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know. It's weird. It's weird with him. Like I don't know with him anymore.
Yeah,
He's odd.
and this had to give you a little hope. One of the best teams.
No, I
in
was
the
saying I
NHL.
wasn't filled with hope. I was filled with confusion. I'm like, really?
Right.
Like,
Where is this team?
Where is this?
Where's this team on Wednesday?
The inconsistency, man. It's the inconsistency. And and then Sunday they lose to the freaking Kings. They lose to the Kings, and then last night they get their asses handed to them by the Stars.
Yeah.
Awful stuff.
Yeah, but look at Jesper Bratt. 2 goals in the first
Jesper
period.
Bratt, I love Jesper Bratt.
Yeah.
Dude, Jesper Bratt is not getting nearly enough recognition. The fact that he didn't get into the All-Star game is tragic.
Yes, I agree.
Awesome. I love Jesper Bratt.
I agree. And Devils lucked out with him. Best 6th-round pick ever, man. Like let's give it up for him. So
Who the hell is Tom Brady?
yeah, exactly. Tom who? Tom who? But yeah, they couldn't hold off the Kings.
Yeah.
And they couldn't score after that. Like yeah.
We're never going to score. We're never going to score. No. We're never going to score.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean they're on their backup goalie too, but still.
It's dude, I'm when's the draft lottery? When the hell is the draft lottery?
What's Marty doing right now? Can we sign him really
Yeah,
quickly?
they did some yoga. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, he's still in shape, right? I don't know what he's doing, but
He's in the Devils front office now doing some random job.
oh, so they could pull him out.
Last night I didn't see who scored last night for the Devils.
Well,
Odd.
yeah, because it was all.
Oh, thank God! It was Jesper Bratt and Jack Hughes. Okay,
Yeah.
Jack
Hughes-
Hughes is solid. Jack Hughes
on
still
another
at a
point?
point per game. Okay,
That's all you
know what?
care
I don't
about now?
Devils lose, but Jesper Bratt go on Jack Hughes' point.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so that's a redeeming quality.
I win.
right.
I win.
But jeez, man, 5-1. Come on,
Yeah, dude. What the hell?
5-1.
Come on, man.
2 goals.
Joe Pavelski
2
got
goals in the
4
first-
points.
Yeah, come on.
Seriously? Joe Pavelski? He's good.
Oh man, did you,
What the
that
hell is it?
yeah, that stat line during that Carolina game, though, almost everyone had at least a point.
Yeah.
That's the kind of we need more.
Yeah,
we need more of those games,
Ryan
man.
Graves had 3 assists.
He did. Yeah. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Need more of that.
That game was funny.
Need more of that. So, last week I was like, hey, if the Devils win all 4 of these games, they could be back in it, but they lost 3 of them.
Oh, and they have a deathly road trip coming up.
They do. Going
the
to
Tampa Bay Lightning.
going over to
Going to Raleigh.
go to Raleigh
And then going
Hurricane.
up to,
Toronto. Have they opened the border back up? I'm not even really sure.
I don't know.
We don't know.
Hey, Gab, we gotta go to Canada, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, we gotta go to Canada, guy.
Blame Canada.
Gotta go to Canada, Wayne.
Yeah.
Okay.
But overall, yeah, not a great month. They've only won 3 games, so not good. Not good. And yeah, that Toronto's a home and home game,
That's so awful.
which is weird, but yeah.
Dude, friggin' Canada, dude. Dude, just open your goddamn borders. Dude, my God.
They don't want people getting sick and dying. I get
Friggin'
it.
idiot.
I get it.
I don't know. I get it, but
I get it.
dude, COVID's not going away, man. Just open your friggin' borders and
Yeah.
screwing up the NHL schedule.
Yeah. Now I saw on your Twitter, and actually Twitter was kind of aflame with the curious amount of ice time some of the Devils have have been getting, and if you look at it, yes, it absolutely makes no sense.
Look, dude, just look at my Twitter account. Just
Okay, which you can follow at
Cam Woolley Show.
Cam Woolley Show.
At Cam Woolley Show. It's the best Twitter account in the world.
I follow it, so you should too.
I was angry. I was like, dude, I was mad. Dude, dude, do not get me started on it. That picture. That disgusting picture.
Yes.
And I think that's a little outdated because it was taken after one period, but I was so blinded with rage that I didn't check.
Yes. Explain the picture for anybody listening right now.
Yanni Kuokkanen,
Okay.
Michael McLeod,
Yes.
and Nathan Bastian are currently seeing more ice time than Jesper Bratt and Jack Hughes.
What's going on here?
I'll tell you what's going on here. I'll tell you what's going on
here. This is not
here.
rocket science here.
Lindy Ruff is a dinosaur who thinks that grit and size are more important than skill and, actual production.
Right. And obviously that has not translated.
Jesus Christ!
So, like, what? Yeah, how much time does this guy have left?
And I'm looking around and I'm saying, like, dude, when the hell are they going to fire this guy?
Right.
I'm looking at Tom Fitzgerald. Dude, this is your job too.
Yeah.
What are you waiting for? Get rid of this guy.
I don't know. I don't know.
My God, dude. Dude, like the Devils, dude, nothing is gonna change because you know what? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. The fans don't care. They have the reporters that they have are garbage. Half of them are hired by the team. Amanda Stein, God bless her. I love her. She's great.
Shout out to Amanda Stein.
She's great at
Follow her
job.
on Twitter. She's great.
She is going to be a great reporter. Well, she already is a great reporter, and I think she's going to be a great reporter for someone else one day. And
Amanda, you're welcome on the show anytime if you want to come on.
But like people like her, they're state-run media, and you know what? I can't blame them for saying the stuff that they say. They're paid by the team.
Sure. Yeah.
She works for NJD.TV, dude. That's a propaganda site, dude. That's where they spew out garbage. And dude, and all of these reporters are garbage. They don't ask the right questions. Like, dude, I swear to God, it seems like you and I and the players are the only ones that care.
Pretty much, yes.
Devil's Twitter's flat. Devil's Twitter doesn't really exist. Nobody gets angry on there. And when there's no pressure from the fans, there's no pressure on the front office. When there's no chatter about how the team sucks, it leads the front office to think that everything's fine. And when the front office is led to think that everything is fine, then nothing changes. Yeah. And when nothing changes, guess what? The team loses games.
Right. 3 out of 4 this week. 3 out of 4.
Swear to God, dude, does anybody have any nuts out here?
No.
Somebody do something. Ask a rough question every once in a while. And this is more a problem that I have with the media. How the hell is the team going to know something's wrong when the media doesn't call them out on it?
Right.
So, dude, get me a one-on-one with Tom Fitzgerald. Get me a one-on-one with Lindy Ruff. I ask the tough questions because I have the balls to do it.
Yeah, that's probably not happening. And this is why the podcasters are the people you pay attention to. We tell it like it is.
Because, dude, all these reporters, dude, the reporters suck anymore. Dude, all the good reporters end up leaving.
Yeah.
Like Corey Mexiak of The Athletic, he was I think he was for The Athletic. I don't know. He wrote for he was great. He ends up covering the Sharks now. And then we're stuck with this random Twitter chick who just writes random puff pieces. Nobody cares. Nobody friggin' cares.
Cameron Woolley,
Dude,
everybody.
when is anybody gonna... Nothing's gonna change. Nothing is gonna friggin' change. Until there's pressure applied to this ownership group and the fans. And I'm talking about the fans. I rarely give any grief to fan bases. God, now my friggin' hair's getting in the way, and it's getting in the way
now
of
it's getting serious.
God, and dude, friggin' my grandmother told me to stop touching my hair on the podcast. She's completely right because it distracts from the point that I'm trying to make. But when I yell and scream and move my head all over the place, this is what happens to my hair. You did this, New Jersey Devils. You friggin' did this.
You're like an angry coach.
Oh my God!
Love it.
And with the fans, boo them, boo the ever-loving shit out of them.
I think they are.
They were, dude. It was silent.
Yeah, well,
you could hear a pin drop over there.
Welcome to New Jersey.
And that crowd was not a mask mandate crowd. That crowd was not a vax mandate crowd. That crowd was a we are sick of this bullshit crowd.
Right.
You put a bad product. Okay, you know what? It's how the free market works.
Right.
You have a product that isn't desirable. People are they're not gonna buy it.
Right.
That was empty.
It would have been great if it was full. Well, not that great. But
No, yeah, there's a quote. I would never do that to you.
that was good. New record. I flew at least 10 feet. That was good.
God.
Cameron Woolley, everybody. Cameron Woolley.
Dude. There's something.
Wake up, Devils. Wake
God,
up.
and all I have, and you know what? When I see the other teams around here, I see the Rangers winning games, I see the Islanders turning things around, making playoff runs. Chris Kreider's going to win the Maurice Richard. Adam Fox is the best right-handed defenseman in the league, and he bitched and whined his way onto that team.
Yeah. Well, it could be worse. He could be a Flyers fan.
Okay, you know what makes me different about, what makes my Devils fandom different than my other fandoms? That I chose this.
I know.
I was 8 years old.
Right.
God, I'm so stupid. What was I? God.
Jersey's team, my friend. Jersey's team.
Dude, state sucks. Team sucks. Management sucks. The players, I like them and they're good, but when the team sucks for long enough, they're going to get traded and they're going to end up winning cups for someone else, just like Blake Coleman and other players that I'm probably not naming to. Oh, my. I hate this. I hate this team. All I feel every single night, when the Devils are blowing leads, when the Devils lost that game to the Arizona Coyotes, the New York Rangers came back from two goals down against a playoff team.
They did. They're very good
thrilling
team.
game, and I'm just
killing
there
me.
thinking, why? Every single week, I have a moment where I'm like, why didn't I become a Rangers fan? If I was a Rangers fan, I'd be so much happier. I'd be giddy I'd be giddy right now.
Okay.
I'd be giddy, and you'd be like...
I'd be shaking my head.
You'd be sitting there, you'd be like...
I'll take that misery rather than be a Rangers fan. Let's be honest here.
Dude,
I can't
be honest, man.
I can't do it.
Dude,
can't do it.
Come on, dude. If I had the power to change one thing about my life, it would be becoming a Rangers fan instead of a Devils
don't
fan.
say that. Oh,
am I wrong?
Today,
wrong,
right now, in this moment, no, you're not.
Dude, how about the last 10 years?
Okay, maybe, yeah, but they haven't done anything either. So let's.
Dude, the Rangers have made playoff runs. They've won.
They have, but
they've won a playoff series since 2012.
They have, but they also lost a playoff series too. So, yeah,
they've lost playoff series.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude,
I hear you.
My God.
I hear you.
Oh
well,
my God.
hopefully at some point they turn it around at some point while
At
we're
some point.
while we're
When
doing the
is
show.
at some point going to happen?
That I don't
For the
know.
last 10 years, we have been sold on at some point. Is at some point ever going to happen?
Yes, I don't know when. Hopefully soon.
We're going to be dead by the time at some point. By the time some point comes around, we're both going to be deep in the cold ground.
I hope not.
I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
I hope not. Luke Hughes, where are you? Where you're our only hope.
Luke Hughes. Dude, not even Luke. Dude, Luke Hughes is sitting there. He's thinking about, I want to exploit the college free agency system. Dude, he wants to get the hell out of here.
I don't think
Jack,
so.
dude, Jack's sitting there like, dude, hey, Jack Eichel signed a big extension with the Sabres, and now he is on a different team. So
we could use a goalie right now, though. I don't know.
2 goals.
Is anybody out there?
This is karma for wasting prime Corey Schneider. This is karma. This is karma. Because the narrative for years was they have amazing goaltending, but the skaters suck.
Right now, it's
our best forward was Martin Havlat.
Yeah,
and like 39-year-old Patrick Elias.
Right. Yeah. Now things are all turned around.
And like Adam Henrique, Adam Henrique, dude,
shout out,
warrior in the playoffs. Love Adam Henrique, but he's not a number 1 centerman.
Yeah.
We went for like 8 years, not 8 years, but we went for like a good 5 years with Adam Henrique going into opening night as our number 1 centerman.
Yeah. Well, he had a good moment though. So
he had a lot of good moments. Dude, that guy's the reason I got to go to a Stanley Cup final game.
Yeah.
In 2012.
Yeah. That was fun.
That was fun, dude. That was. I think I met if my memory serves me correctly, I met Scott Niedermayer at that game.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Indeed.
I have met 2/4 of the legendary Devils defensive core of that. We had. I wonder what Ken thinks of this. Dude, Ken.
I'm sure he feels
the only thing
because he's got to live with it, man.
The only thing that stopped. The only reason that Ken Danico hasn't completely sounded off on these guys.
Can't.
Because he's on their payroll. If he says anything bad, he gets fired.
Yeah.
Although he could do a podcast. Ken Danico could start a podcast in a shared universe.
Yeah, that would be great. But I don't think even then he can't say whatever he wants. So
yeah.
Oh, well, that's hockey, everybody.
That's
hockey. Hopefully the results are better when you see us next week. Did you say you had baseball news? Oh yes, Hall of Fame.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame ballot. Yeah. I just want to briefly touch on this because
so you said on Twitter like, hey, this might be the year. Bonds, Schilling,
I didn't say Schilling.
Okay, maybe I should. Bonds, Clemens,
A-Rod, and Manny Ramirez. I think they should have. Dude, Barry Bonds. Dude, it was the fact that David Ortiz got in. David Ortiz did steroids.
David Ortiz, the lone inductee, first ballot Hall of Famer.
Deserves it, by the way.
77.6.
Completely deserves it.
That guy could destroy baseballs like no one else. As an Orioles fan, if I saw him come up in a clutch situation, knew the game was probably over.
As a Yankee fan, if David Ortiz came up in a clutch situation, I knew we were screwed.
Yeah. Now that I did like seeing. Destroying, just destroying a ball into the
2004. I brought up 2004.
Yeah.
I brought up 2004. I know I have to think about 2004.
The right center field bleachers, seeing him just destroy balls into right field. Made me happy.
Shut up.
His career, kind of left for dead by the Twins, and then Boston picks him up. And he starts. And for what I know from watching games, it seemed like a good guy.
Well, he also my main point about
almost died, almost got shot, murdered in the Dominican.
I like David Ortiz. I've always loved David Ortiz.
Big Papi,
dude. If I could meet David Ortiz, I'd give him a big old friggin' hug.
Oh yeah,
he's a human teddy bear now.
Right.
He's just like, I'd be like, dude, you traumatized me as a kid, man. I love you, man.
Feared hitter, but DH, not.
Okay, I don't like how Edgar Martinez had to sweat his balls off to get in the Hall of Fame, but David Ortiz made it first ballot.
Yeah, someone's got to be that like guinea pig, right?
Yeah,
Right?
David Ortiz was awesome.
Yeah, for a while
David Ortiz
they weren't inducting closers. Like, come on, that's an important
Like, dude,
position.
The baseball, dude, the Baseball Writers Association of America is broken.
Oh, but
They're the worst.
I absolutely
They're
put
the
no
worst.
faith in them. They are the
They're
worst.
the worst.
They are the worst.
They gatekeep.
You know,
They gatekeep.
they're like
so much.
They're like whiny podcasters. They're like, oh yeah, Derek Jeter's like, nah, I'm not gonna vote for him. I don't want to give him 100%. Yeah, I'm not gonna fill out this ballot. You just go waste the whole ballot. It's like, get out of here. Just to make a statement. Yeah, get out of here.
Barry Bonds, man, he did steroids. Man, he was the black eye of the game. Man. A-Rod, he did me. Man, Roger Clemens, man. Kurt Schilling, man.
Yeah. But Ortiz, lifetime 286 batting average.
Hey,
540 homers.
Take it from
41
me.
homers. Yeah.
Take it from me.
you.
Take it from me. Journalists are extremely fragile.
Oh my God.
Journalists have extremely fragile egos.
Yes, but big fragile egos.
Gigantic, fragile egos.
Yes, unbelievably big fragile egos. Makes no sense, but
I'm one of them.
you're not as bad. Those that you have an open mind. You're like, you know what? It's Barry Bonds is a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Manny Ramirez is a Hall of Famer.
Okay, baseball. In a point in time where baseball is being questioned by a lot of people as to whether it's still worthy of watching.
Yes.
Where less young people than ever are watching baseball. People are saying, oh, baseball's a growing sport. Bullshit. No, it isn't.
Yeah.
Baseball's been on the decline for the last 50 years.
Yeah. Too much competition, man.
David Stern happened. David Stern and Pete Rozelle happened.
Yeah.
That's what happened to Major League Baseball. And much I hate to say it, Gary Bettman happened.
Yeah. But yeah, they were snubbed. There's no other way to put it.
Dude, Barry Bonds. Dude, you sent the wolves after me on Twitter, dude.
I did.
You quoted me a lot of back acne there, dude.
Whoa, come on. Yeah,
I tried getting my friends to ratio you. I tried ratioing you, and I tried getting my friends.
Yeah.
I got like 7 likes on the tweet. I couldn't get it done. Your tweet got like 17 likes.
Yeah.
My tweet got 7 likes. Meanwhile, you have like 70,000
I do.
followers. And you're verified. You have the blue check mark.
Yeah. Yeah. So what? Yeah.
Everyone did steroids. Everyone did steroids.
They did.
Get over it. Barry Bonds
they're not
is
over
one
it
of
yet.
the best hitters ever.
They're not over
arguably
it yet.
the best hitter ever.
Yes. With or without the juice. Yes.
Even without the juice.
Yeah.
When he was in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, he did good.
Dude, he was great.
Yeah.
He was an MVP, I think, multiple times before the juice.
So.
And then when everybody else he started doing it after everyone started doing the juice.
Right.
Like, he started doing the juice when, like, after he saw other people doing the juice.
Sure.
And he's like, he was saying that, like, oh, that's cute. Watch this.
Yeah.
Juice is up. He turns into Megamind.
Yeah, hold my Winstraw. And then
Yes. he turns into Megamind and just destroys baseballs when he's like 40.
Yes.
Everyone knew he was doing it, but nobody cared that he was doing it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when they all started, it wasn't technically illegal either. So
yeah, I don't. And David Ortiz did steroids. David Ortiz did
he was
steroids,
implicated, yes.
But you know what, man? David Ortiz deserves to get into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I respect David Ortiz.
I think.
Hey, does Brett Gardner have a higher F-WAR per 650 plate appearances? Yes, he does.
That
but
doesn't
Brett
get
Gardner
you. That
plays good defense.
That doesn't get you in the Hall of Fame. The F-WAR.
Dude, wins above replacement is.
I know, but
stat.
F-WAR, yeah, it's not.
It's a funny stat.
Gets you in
to
the
bring
Hall of
up.
Fame, batting average, home runs, RBIs, and
the
if you get a ring or
bad
two,
stats.
that doesn't hurt either.
The garbage stats get you in the Hall of Fame.
And morals. You gotta have good morals too.
Morals, yeah.
David
Ortiz did steroids and was
an affable guy.
He was wholesome 100. Keanu Chungus.
Yes, didn't offend anybody.
He
no
got
scandals.
Reddit gold. He has Reddit gold.
Yeah. Well, I think it's still too early. But I think Manny. I think A-Rod. I think Bonds. Definitely, they'll get in at some point. But, was it Bonds' last year of voting eligibility?
Don't even get me. Dude, I've already gotten started, but dude,
And what, he got 66? So he was close.
he was good. Dude, he should have gotten in.
He was close. It's just,
He should have gotten in.
a few whiny baseball writers felt, that holier than thou, thought like, nope, we're not, I don't want to be the bad guy, whatever, and didn't vote him in. I think they'll get in. They'll get in. When?
Point.
I don't know, but somebody.
It'll probably be after they're dead, like what's going to happen with Pete Rose.
Yes, unfortunately. But yes, that.
Yeah, we know it's the most predictable thing ever.
Yeah.
Baseball's all-time hits leader, all-time home runs leader, and all-time Cy Young Awards leader are
Not in the Hall of Fame.
All three of them are not in the Hall
so,
of Fame. That is a travesty.
It absolutely
It's
is.
a boys' club.
It's
a boys' club.
It's a whiny.
nepotism.
It's a whiny writers club, is what it
Yes.
is. And to put
The whiny right. Hey, I was nice to reporters, and
Yes.
I was a decent baseball player, so I get
yeah,
it.
and avoided scandal, but yeah.
And A-Rod should have gotten in. Dude, look at A-Rod's baseball reference page. You're on baseball reference right now. Look up Alex Rodriguez.
I will, 'cause it's pretty ridiculous.
The A-Rod should have gotten in too. Look,
696 home runs, 295 lifetime batting average, 2,066 RBIs. Yeah, come on.
career OPS of 930, dude. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Dude.
yeah.
I think he had a career WRC plus of like 140.
Yeah, something like that.
Ridiculous.
And with or without the juice, that's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, and he won MVP as a Yankee. He won MVP twice as a Yankee, I think,
did.
without the juice. He won in 2005 and he won in 2007
Yes.
as a Yankee without the juice.
Yeah. So
Granted, he did win in 2003 on the juice with the Texas Rangers, but that's neither here nor there. So.
yeah, and a Gold Glove and a Silver Slugger that year. So yeah. Hey man, it worked.
Dude, what the-
it worked. I mean, like,
Dude,
you
what
gonna blame
hell
the
are
guy?
you- Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
what the hell are you gonna do?
Yeah. Well, I fear not. I think it's gonna happen. They're
By
probably,
the numbers, he was a better shortstop than Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
By the numbers, he was a better shortstop.
They may be dead when it happens. They may, but hopefully.
A-Rod should get in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, love him or hate
No,
him.
I remember seeing something or listening to something. It was like, there should be a whole steroid era section of
Yeah.
the Hall of Fame.
Sure, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, where it acknowledges a part of
baseball history, yeah.
revived baseball after the strike of '94. The steroid, make no mistake, the steroid era was a good thing.
Yes. Yeah.
The steroid era was a very good thing.
I
for
agree.
baseball.
I absolutely agree. I watched. I was riveted. I
Everyone was.
like the long ball. I like seeing home
Chicks
runs.
dig the long ball, man.
Everybody digs the long ball.
Yeah, not just chicks.
Everybody digs the long ball. Yeah. Speaking of baseball, nothing. No movement.
There were
Clock
meetings.
is. Oh, they did in-person meetings. How about that?
Whoa.
But well, I think Zoom. Zoom
Negotiations.
stinks, man. In person, you can. It's a little better, but still nothing.
Yeah.
Clock is ticking, my friends. We're almost at the end of January. Pitchers and catchers supposed to report 3 weeks. Spring training in a month
Yeah.
after that. Yeah, we've already survived a very short 60-game season, and like I said, the attendance and fandom is on the decline. Yeah, they can't survive all this. They need to play games this year. Hopefully they can work it out. I think I saw a story. They're gonna test robot strike zones in AAA.
It's odd. This is weird. This is gonna be weird. I mean, it's good.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I got 2 words for you: Angel Hernandez. I got another 2 words for you: Joe West. Yeah, clearly both those guys are blind. They need their eyes checked. Just go on YouTube and you can see hard evidence that those two definitely have
Not
astigmatism or nearsight. I don't know. What.
I heckled Joe West at a Yankee game.
As you should.
With people who I am damn near certain were in the mafia.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I
heckled Joe West with mobsters.
In an era where we have pitch track and some pretty good technology, I'm all for robot strike zones.
yeah. Robo-umps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Robo-umps.
Yeah, and where they can measure ball placement to the millimeter. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I have no problem.
Could they be hacked? Absolutely. But
Yeah, but sure. That would be funny though.
yeah.
Be funny. Yeah. I mean, but still, in an era where they're banging on trash cans and using Apple Watches to cheat, yeah, that's the least of my concerns. So, yeah, hopefully we see some baseball this year. I, for one, want to be.
Baseball's the bread and butter.
I would like to be sitting with you in right field at Yankee Stadium, eating cheese fries, and making fun of each other,
complaining
at a Yankees Royals game. That's all I want to do.
That'd be great.
I think we can make that happen.
Right field. Right field. I tell you, I've never sat in like outfield seats. I've always been in foul territory.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I've been in the bleachers. They're fun. I got heckled. I wore my Orioles jersey. I got heckled.
Got beer thrown at you.
Did not. I dumped my own beer, but that's a whole nother story. But
You dumped your own beer.
I ended up spilling.
Whoa.
I ended up spilling 2 beers at batting practice trying to get baseballs. Yes,
Ouch,
they were
dude.
$11 beers. So
Ouch,
yeah.
dude.
I
Oh,
dumped-
dude, imagine how expensive those beers are going to be, like, with inflation.
Yeah, listen, I'm
No.
gonna get the beers after batting practice. After, while I'm chasing. I'll chase
Not
down the baseball.
gonna lie, I'd like to sneak into, like, left field. Just, like, catch a few nukes from Aaron Judge and batting
That'd be
practice.
fun. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, just catch a few batting practice nukes.
All we gotta do is go a little early, and we can do that.
Like, sneak over to the left field bleachers.
Yeah. No, they're all. I think they're all open during batting practice, so we'll be good.
I wonder if I could, like, feel one of the balls like that.
Oh, you want to
Josh
get on the
Flanagan.
field?
No, not on the field. I'm talking, like,
Oh, in the bleachers. Yeah.
in the bleachers
the left field
after
section.
like Giancarlo Stanton, like, completely tattoos
We could do that.
a ball in batting practice. I want to see if, like, the temperature changes. I want to see if, like, becomes hot.
We could do that.
Like, if there's smoke coming off the ball.
We could do that. If they let us into the stadiums this year.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're going to let people in the stadiums this year. COVID doesn't exist. COVID doesn't exist in certain fields.
Yeah.
They pick and choose which industry COVID affects.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
conveniently in the NFL, nobody's testing positive for COVID.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's out with COVID.
So far, so good.
No, nobody has COVID.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
yeah, there's people that have COVID and they're just not testing. They're just not testing because the players don't get that sick.
Yeah.
Like, straight up.
Yeah.
Like, they're healthy. And they're healthy and young. So.
Yeah. Does that complete your list?
Yes, that
wow.
that
Great.
does complete my
Awesome.
list. That
Awesome.
does complete my list.
Oh,
Because believe it or not, I write.
yeah.
Believe it or not, I write the show.
Yeah.
So,
Well, enjoy the playoff games this weekend, everybody.
Yeah, enjoy the conference championship Sunday. It'll
Please,
be
Devils,
great.
just win a game or two. That'd be great this week.
I don't know. I just need Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt to keep putting
Okay.
up points.
Point,
How about
point
that?
per game pace. That's all we have.
Point per game pace.
Easy.
Yes.
Cool.
That's easy enough. All right. So, I think that about does it from Ming Chen and the Shared Universe Podcast Studio in Red Bank. I am Cameron Woolley, and as always, stay classy, New Jersey.